Hey, you guys, this is a quick preview, snippet, brief discussion about what we're going to talk about later on today. So, give me a sec, let me upload. Enjoy the intro. Hello, you guys. I hope that you guys are having a fantabulous Friday. This is definitely a more distressing story. It's definitely difficult to talk about any children that are a part of our black and our brown community who end up in harm's way, who end up dead at the end of gun violence or any other violence, but more importantly, who end up dying as a result of police interaction. So this young lady's 19 years old. I believe her name is Alexis in Dalton, Illinois. She was killed 20 on the 27th, so 3 days ago now. There is a lot of scrutiny. Somebody sent me this, and let me tell you guys something. I just found out that the mother of this young lady is in one of the groups that I admin on Facebook. And I think that this is going to be a bit of a difficult one for us to gauge later on this evening, but we're definitely going to dive into it. We're definitely going to have the accountability conversations around it. I will definitely reach out to her mom. I feel like she's definitely in a sensitive place right now, in a sensitive space in general, though, simply because why wouldn't she be? Um, Give me a sec. My signal froze here. Sometimes it helps to be connected to Wi-Fi, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. One sec. I'm trying to make sure my internet is stable, you guys, because I just switched from the hardcore connection to the Wi-Fi. Because sometimes it works when you're connected directly to the internet modem, and sometimes it doesn't. But okay, whatever. So we're back. Um, so I'm gonna play this clip for you guys. I won't be on here long, maybe 10 minutes at the most. Um, but I'm gonna play this clip for you guys so you see what the deal is right now, and you're able to make your own um, assumptions, draw your own conclusions, and we're going to talk a little bit about why it was brought my way. As I mentioned, as I was being disconnected, I just found out that I was connected through a Facebook group with the mother of this young lady. So I will try my best to not have any conflicts of interest. What is going on with this? Hmm, super weird. So we'll read it instead because it's not working. So a woman shot by police in the south suburbs has died, and two officers were injured after the incident at a restaurant led to a shooting and car crash. Dalton police responded to Baba's restaurant at the 600 block of Silby Boulevard around 1 a.m. Tuesday for reports of an armed woman at the drive-thru that was upset because the restaurant wasn't open. 1 a.m. Citing preliminary information, police said officers responded and asked both the 19-year-old woman and a man inside the car with her to get out of the vehicle. The man complied, but the woman did not. The woman instead tried to drive away. One of the officers reached into the vehicle to grab her keys. The woman then took off and drugged the officer for at least a block, and it was a solid block and a half that looked what it looked like, and hit another officer with the car. The officer that was hit with the car then fired his weapon and struck the woman 3 times. The woman then drove into the Complete Cyclist bike shop on the 700 block of Sibley Boulevard. The damage is pretty bad, said Cameron Williams, manager of the Accurate Board Up in Glass Inc. She took out a couple of beams, steel beams. There's over $100,000 worth of damage in here. The two officers were hospitalized in serious condition, according to Dalton police spokesperson Sean Howard. The owner of the bike shop involved in the crash spoke with WGN Howard, who declined to give his name, and he lives above the store. So you're going to give the details of where the guy lives, but you're going to omit his name, which is describing the moment he felt the impact. Howard said it shook the house. I was surprised to see this much damage. The investigation is ongoing. It's a sad situation, basically, Williams added. So that is the story, folks. Couple of things here. I'm gonna just go out and I mean, you know what? Let me start by saying this. My heart goes out to the families of the people that are involved. This includes the families of these two officers involved. Um, First and foremost, because I don't feel like police officers should have to go to work and be exposed to this type of outcome after a regular shift. Also, to the family of this young lady, Alexis, I don't think that parents should get a call at the wake of a morning and have to deal with the fact that their child has been hospitalized in critical condition or succumb to injuries after any incidents whatsoever. There are a lot of questions. There are a lot of components to accountability in this situation. And a lot of the things that I have some issues with when it comes to what has been given to me and the research I've done, because I'm going to play some additional video for you guys when we go over and we review the video of the attorney's accounts and some of the things that the attorney for the family is now saying. I understand that there is a need for these rookie attorneys and things like that to get a name for themselves, whatever. And I understand that the Black community only is doing what we know how to do, right? But your child was behind the wheel of a vehicle. This report says the young lady only had on a tank top, no bottoms. The young man in the vehicle got out of the vehicle and complied with police when they asked for him to get out of the vehicle. You drug a police officer down a street. You're at a restaurant, it's 1 a.m. There are several components to this. As always, I say accountability starts from within. Before we can start asking the difficult questions of external components, we have to first be acknowledgeable and accountable to our actions, missteps, steps, alignments, presence, the things that we enable our children to do, the level in which our children are entitled. There are so many levels to what I feel about this situation. This is why I stress so heavily on this channel that parents need to start parenting, and that there is a job of parenting that goes beyond your child turning 18 years old. This kid was 19. She's a baby. The level of emotional maturation of these kids right now, due to the incongruence in parenting, it says that in this situation, this young man, if he was able to get out of the car, I'm sorry, you guys. If this young man was able to get out of the car and comply with police officers, what is wrong with our young women? What is going on in our community? Not only is this young lady dead right now, but you have 2 police officers that have been hospitalized in critical condition who can possibly die. I'm going to show you guys the video that I was going to try and show you guys today. Shows the distance. It's filming the scene in which she drove this cop. Okay. You just can't make this stuff up. It starts with us. Okay. Like, it's just so much. It's so much. So we're going to get into that. That's going to be our beginning of our show for Friday Night Live. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'll see you guys at what time? I think it's 9:30. The show should be at 9:30 or 10 p.m. tonight. So just be on, just be prepared. We're going to start off the show with that, and then we're going to move into the hypervigilance and hypersexuality amongst women in modern day America, and what that says about the way that culture, subculture, expectations, normative practices, and accountability standards have shifted in Black America. We've got to do better, period. So go do a little bit of research on this. It happened in Dalton, Illinois, and come back to the table. Let's have a comprehensive conversation about it. Let's have a conversation about we're going to talk about many things around this case, okay? And I know that this is a sensitive spot. I will definitely reach out to her mother. I doubt that she's ready to come on here and be vulnerable and share that space with a live audience. But I will reach out to her as not only as a source of support, because at the end of the day, we are not responsible for our kids' actions, but we are definitely accountable for what it is that we do or we don't do as it pertains to the way that our children respond to their environment once we've let them go to be a functional component in said environment. And like I said, she is in a group that I admin on Facebook. And I just feel really, really bad about this whole situation. But it is what it is. I'm here for accountability. And we will have this conversation later on today. For those of you who commented, I don't really have time to kind of jump into comments because I do have a 3:15. But I do thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you later days. Bye.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. Things I rip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bunny. Don't try studying me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.